Roll call, please.
Hanson.
Here.
Glass.
Here.
Tucker.
Here.
Sheila.
Here.
Sherman.
Here.
Fisher. Swallow. Here.
Presentation from Lighting Incorporated concerning field of play lighting at the ARC.
This is actually tech line.
Tech line.
Okay.
Shift out whatever the next agenda.
Yeah,
I'm going to go
to 4.
to number 4. Presentation from Tech Line concerning field of play lighting at the ARC.
I jumped in front of the line. I gotta go to forward. So I want to thank you all for having me down. We're excited about your about the art complex. A little history about me. I'm the regional vice president for Tech Line. I live up the road in Andover, Kansas, just outside of Wichita, and handle this part of the country for Tech Line. Tech Line has been in business. My prior lifetime, I coached baseball. I've been with Tech Line for 11 years. My prior lifetime, I coached baseball at Wichita State for 21. So I've been around sports life.
You're an MG?
No, I was his assistant. Yeah. But Tech Line has been in business for 25 years. It's a full-service sports lighting company. Sports lighting is the only thing that we do. That's our only focus. And we've done fields from Little League fields all the way up to Division I football stadiums and NFL stadiums across the country and abroad. A couple of years ago, we just did, I hope there's not any Cowboy fans in here, probably is, but we did a Gaylord Family Stadium retrofitted into LED. Getting ready to do Mississippi State's here in a couple of months. Done lots of work in Oklahoma. It's been a great territory for us. Got lots of projects. I had an installs list, a couple of them that I brought. I'm going to forward to you, Courtney, that you could send to everybody. And I just sent you also some information on financing. Okay, that I'll talk about a little bit that you can get in everybody's hands as well. I'd like to show you just a quick little video here that kind of tell you a little bit about Tech Line.
Lighting is a science. There's a tremendous amount of complexity. Every field, stadium, complex has its own challenges. We are 100% focused on sports lighting. The value that you get in a Tech Line system just outshines the competition. There's a design process involved. The science behind the design brings an even uniform light distribution on the field. This is the latest technology in sports lighting, especially with the evolution to LED. It definitely is a lot more technical than it was 5 years ago. It's just a whole new game. Every cross-arm we install is pre-wired on-site at our 12-acre facility in Austin, Texas. There's not really anything off the shelf. We assemble it to the specifications that we need for each product. We do maintain a full inventory of poles, cross-arms, and fixtures. Everything we need to go from PO to delivery is here in our yard. It's fast. Everything is done in-house. From the lighting design to the engineering, all the way to our truck that delivers most of the projects. We bring a small company approach. You're not dealing with a big corporate entity. You're dealing with individuals when you're dealing with Tech Line. We are not a piecemeal operation. We're providing a fully engineered turnkey solution. That's why we back every Tech Line system with
project similar to yours. A lot of that right there was new installation poles and everything, and we're doing a retrofit, proposing a retrofit of your existing poles. Last December, we did a retrofit for Shields Overland Park, Kansas City, that has a system like yours, and we'd be doing virtually the same thing on your facility. I'll show you this video here a bit. First thing I'd like you is to see Michael Plants, the Parks and Recs manager of that facility. There's a quote from him about what we did for them. They have 12 soccer fields, a driving range, pickleball courts, tennis courts, skate park, and all of it was retrofitted. That Oklahoma installs list is the back page. Our fixture is an 800-watt fixture. The driver is integral to the fixture, and what I mean by integral to the fixture, it's part of the fixture. And there's a cut sheet in here that you can see that. Some manufacturers will remote the driver down in an enclosure on the pole at 12 feet. We don't believe in doing that because the number one enemy for a driver is heat, and 12 of them in a box, or a bunch of them in a box, in a metal box 12 foot off the ground, and I know it gets hot here in Oklahoma. We prefer ours to be part of that fixture at the top of the pole in the breeze. The other thing is the further you pull the LED lights, the driver from the light source, the less efficient it is. So we choose to have our drivers integral to the fixture. We will have fuse protection and disconnects in the pole-mounted enclosures down on the pole so that they are protected. We've had with this fixture a 0.02% failure rate. So 99.8% of your fixtures are going to be fine, and they're rated for over 100,000 hours of life. We offer a standard 10-year maintenance-free warranty. So if there is an issue with anything, you don't have to worry about getting to the top of the pole. We take care of it for you. And what I would say, our competitor they offer a 25-year warranty, and back when HID was how you did sports lighting, it was kind of a maintenance program. Okay, and we did the same thing as well. The lamps in an HID system would burn for about 3,000 hours, and they'd start. You'd have to come in and start replacing them. You remember when you started having to go out different places, and then it was really bad. So it was kind of a maintenance program. Over that 25-year period, you'd get maybe 2 or 3 group relamps. But means our fixtures are rated for 100,000 hours. If you use the lights 300 nights a year, 4 hours a night, that's 1,200 hours a year. You can do the math. They're going to last a long time. What I would tell you is keep your money for the 25-year warranty. Don't give it to us up front. If in year 10 you guys say, well, we want to extend it, we want another 10 years, we would offer you another 10-year warranty. We don't think that you're going to need it. You won't want it.
Why don't we just throw it in there?
We can. If you want to see it, we can do that. I just try to save you as much.
I'm saying throw it in free of charge, we're not going to need it.
Well, there is that. We could do that. Duly noted.
Well, I mean, if you're not going to need it, why not warrant it in 25
I
years?
understand. We're also offering full cloud access, which is remote access, so that you'd be able to control the lights. Courtney was really interested in this, being able to control the lights from off-site, from home. The lights are left on and turn them off from anywhere. Full monitoring, everything comes with that full cloud service. The financing, I did put together a financing quote that I emailed to you. I wasn't sure of the numbers, so I took the liberty to, I just did put it together where you were like paying for fields 1 through 4, financing everything else, just to show you. Our partners, Government Capital, they finance for municipalities and schools all across the country. The terms that I showed you in that financing quote were 3, 5, and 7 years. The first annual payment's not due till a year after installation is complete, and there's no penalty to pay it off early. They can finance the entire project if you'd like to see that. And I think on that quote I sent you, the interest rates were a little under 5% right now. And
I'll send that out to everybody.
Yeah. With that, I open it up to any questions you guys may have or gals may have.
So what is the base price then? For our project?
5-cent pricing to Courtney.
Can you share it with us? If you don't know what it is.
Yeah, thanks, sure do. On fields 1 through 4, and on fields 1 through 4, the softball field is the college field, and we lit it to 70/50, which is the minimum requirement for NCAA. That's their lowest level of requirement for lighting. All the other fields, all the other ball fields are 50/30. Okay, 50/30 light levels, 50-foot candles on the infield and 30 in the outfield.
And the other 70/50.
The softball is 70/50. The soccer fields we lit to 30-foot candles. And on fields 1 through 4, our price, including turnkey installation, was $306, $439.
On these 4
Fields 1 through 4. That wheel. And then on fields 5 through 8, the other wheel. And on that, on those fields, the one field has some fenced in, look like practice areas out in left field and right field.
Those are our T-ball fields.
We went ahead and I made sure we lit those as well. And I'm going to leave you with photometric layouts that we sent you to. And I'll send you all this. If you'll give me an email list, I'll send this out to everybody in email format. On 5 through 8, our price was $334, $380. And on the 2 soccer fields, it was 169.9.
Were you, is this removing any fixtures, like our, like fields the 5 through 8, you know how those fences are moved in? Will those poles stay there?
All the poles are, yeah, there's no relocating of any of the poles. We lift the areas that were fenced in.
Okay.
We didn't do the boundaries outside of those. And we're reducing your fixture count a little, on those fields, except probably the softball field that was 170.
So for all the fields, 2 soccer fields, you're at 810,000, is that correct? Is my math?
Yeah, I think so. And then the adder for, she wanted me to show the remote access, the full cloud access, was a $7,500 adder.
Courtney, I wasn't here last week, so.
I wasn't either, so I may not know.
It's a lot cheaper than the other. So have we talked about biking the other soccer field?
Well, that was one thing, if we took out poles, then we could use those existing poles, but this number is only lighting what's lit now, correct? Like on the soccer side?
Yes, that's lighting both soccer fields.
Well, just south of those soccer fields that are lit, we have some youth fields there that we play some soccer and flag football.
And then don't we have some of the west, or they all lit? Everything to the west?
Yeah, it's just everything south of
Okay.
the college field and the west field, so, yeah. The north side's all lit, just the small, where the U6 plays is not.
Do they ever play tonight?
Yes.
Do they?
Yeah, and we try to, I try to start them a little bit early, but then sometimes daylight savings time and all that, kind of, we push it. And with that being said, is there a way to, without putting up new poles, is there a way to light the south side with the existing poles?
How far are they from the?
No, I mean, when you leave here, you can go out there and take a look, but,
Maybe 50 yards. 5 yards.
you may have to type in Alva. Or Alva Recreation, maybe. Oh, there we go. Okay, so basically right there, you can see what's lit. Everything south of those 2 north fields.
So the
That's an old
two
picture.
areas down there.
Yeah.
That's a pretty good heave for those existing poles. I mean, we do a lot of off-site lighting like that, but it's generally a little closer. I don't think we're going to get the kind of light you want to get down there on. And the field on the west side here that's a pretty small field. That's like those tanks.
Yes, 4 5s.
Yeah, you could probably get away with a couple poles on it to do.
What about the area to the east of that? I mean, she uses that as well.
Quite a bit.
We use that basically more for flag football, and those are on Saturday mornings. Now, if our soccer completely blew up and we had to add extra fields, we would use those.
If we were doing it, we just, well. we did.
Yeah.
So not gonna hold you to it, sir, but if you had to guess what it cost, you think, to light up that area?
The small area on the left.
Yeah, plus the area to the right of it, just a guess.
Well, do you think we could put one pole right there to the east of those little fields, and then one pole on the east side of?
Let me see if
So you're talking about putting fixtures on the front and back of that pole?
Yeah.
Our little field is small.
It is small, so that's why I think one pole would do it.
And then one pole on east side of the flag football field.
Yeah.
Or even two.
Where
It's
you'd
gonna
only
be-
need them on one side of the fixture there.
It's going to be quite a ways to the common pole, really. Is the field on the east basically the same size as the one on the east, the playing area that you use? It's hard, I don't see.
No, it's a little bit bigger.
It's a little bit.
Yeah, so like, because it's a flag football field, so it's a little bit bigger, but we probably play, I mean, probably here to here.
The clear to the east side, Courtney, for the sidewalk?
Yeah, so there's a field here and a field there, yes.
I would say, to spitball to you, I'd like to design it and give you a good quote for it. And that's going to then require some underground electrical trenching, some conduit. I mean, there's plenty of powers right there in that building right there next to it, so that's not an issue. But I can certainly get you a quote for it. I will leave these with you. And then these are these are all of the layouts, the photometric layouts. They might be a little Chinese to you, and then they're kind of broken down a little bit.
I'll have the copies off later for everybody.
And I'll email this.
Tomorrow? Copy machine doesn't work.
Okay.
Well, you're gonna email us?
I'll email
Okay.
it. Yeah, it'll be a little easier for you to look at on the
Yeah, thank
computer.
you.
You can kind of blow it out and look. And my email address.
What I'll do, Jim, I will send you an email and I'll CC everybody.
Perfect.
That way then you can then send out
And then
to,
anybody, if you've got questions or whatever, like me, you wake up at 3 o'clock at night, and something wakes you up. Maybe don't call me at 3. But shoot, fire me a question or whatever, for sure. Any of you been to Enid's new soccer complex? We did that. We did David Allen's baseball stadium. That was a retrofit, David Allen.
When'd you do that?
I've been pushing a couple of years ago. Yeah.
Mark Allen involved in that?
Oh, I'm sure.
I mean, you guys?
No, not directly. And then we've done a lot of work for the high school, or Enid High School, softball field, soccer, football field.
So what's this name? We'll make every effort.
As fast as technology, for years, HID was in it for a long time. Now technology is like quickly, it's changing rapidly. So in, say, 10 years from now, it might be totally different. So what that's meaning is it may be something different. Not the exact same thing, but we'll supply the light the same way. And that's what you're interested in, is you want the light on the field. And just so none of what I have quoted has any of the theatrical lighting in it or anything like that, or the color. I didn't think that was something you guys were necessarily need.
Don't the poles have that uplight that shines on the bottom of the ball when it's up high?
We do that if we use our 20-inch extended visor. I've quoted all this because of where you guys are at. I didn't think there was necessarily any neighboring properties that were concerned. With our standard visor, obviously with baseball and softball, ball's in the air a lot. Okay? So you have to light not only the field, but the area above the field where the ball's at. So with our standard visor, we light that area up above the field where the ball's going to be at. If we use our 20-inch extended visor, we're concerned about some off-site properties or what have you, then we put uplighting down on the poles. So,
well, we we have a way to control them, not only from cloud and phones, but on site?
Yes, yes. There'll be the Synapse control hub that make its way around. There's a cut sheet in there of that control hub. It's about a 2x2 NEMA 4 box that we could put at one of the quads, whichever one you decided, if you know where you wanted it, concession stand. It's all wireless. We can put that where you want it, and that has manual push buttons in it in case somebody doesn't have a phone and they need to turn on the lights. And there's 5 buttons in there. You go to field 1, boom, manually turn them on and off. And then at whatever quad, say the other quad you didn't have it at, we would have like just a regular 8-button receptacle you could mount wherever you wanted that mounted. Same thing, where there's buttons where they can manually control, and then run at soccer as well.
So that part is wired into those specific lights? You said wireless.
It's wireless, yes.
So if internet's down, does it work?
You manually, you always turn them on manually.
You can still do manually if
Oh,
internet's
yes,
down.
yes. And how we're going to control the lights, with the ballasts that are in those enclosures now won't be needed. So we bypass the ballast, take those ballasts out. We'll still use fusing and disconnect that on the pole. We will go back to the contactor cabinet, the existing contactor cabinets, and we will install our what's called a DIM-10 220, our controllers that then communicate with our hub, and they tell the contactors to come on and off. So whatever, like if the project is wired, we're say maybe 1 pole per contactor, we'd be able to create a scene where maybe you just turn on the A poles of an infield. You wanted to have practice on the infield one night, not use the whole field. We could set up a scene where you turn on the 2 A poles and just do infield work. Don't have dimming in it because most people, when they use the lights, they just turn them on. They want to turn them on full strength. In baseball, softball, football, once in a while people will dim them down a little bit. But even that, we just find people don't dim them. They just turn them on full speed. And your energy consumption is going to go down drastically, at least half.
Do you have kind of a formula for when that pays for itself or comes close to from an energy savings cost? Or pay for itself might be too extreme.
Not with, if it was in this gymnasium, they're on, they're on all day long, 24/7, whatever, it might make.
4 hours.
Sports lighting, it's hard to do a ROI and say, well, here it is, it's just, right now, a lot of people are doing the same thing you guys are doing. I mean, the old HID's wearing out, and you ain't going back to that technology. It's just time to upgrade. And the prices have come down a lot. When I started, my last year coaching was 13, and I started in 14, and my good buddy who I played with forever got me into this. And he said, man, you're getting in at the right time. In about a year or so, it's going to go to LED. It's going to be crazy. And he was right. And it's a much more, well, you've probably been to fields where they have LED lighting. It's a much more vibrant, crisper light, better light quality. I blame now. I played professionally for 9 years. I blame bad sports lighting on my career batting average.
Any other questions?
If you think of anything, I'll be emailing this information to you. Apologize I ran off and forgot it, but I'll get it to you guys. If you get any questions, by all means, email me. Feel free to answer them. Appreciate you guys.
Thank you for your time.
Huh? That's a sore spot, dude, right there. You know that? You remember that? Yeah, I was a OU assistant coach for about a day. That was a day out of the twilight zone, man.
Tell them the age.
Yeah. Well, I can tell you,
And now it's on here on the agenda. Presentation from Lighting Incorporated concerning field of play lighting at the ARC.
Hi. Thanks so much for inviting me out today. Is this a good place to stand? Okay. Good. And for the opportunity to bid on y'all's project. Definitely an exciting deal you guys got going on, and so we're happy to be a part of it. I hope you guys select us for the bid. Put forth, we thought it was a really competitive price, and so I want to tell you guys a little bit about our company, and as well as a little bit more about why we selected and recommended lighting controls for this project. I also included a little information about the benefits of the LED lighting and a little bit more on financing and utility rebates. So let me jump right into it. Lighting Inc. is owned by Broken Arrow Electric Supply. That's our parent company, and they're the largest electrical distributor in the state of Oklahoma. We have 9 branches across the state, and we've been in business 48 years. So really strong presence here, and we're a strong, independent, Oklahoma-based electrical contracting company, and we specialize in sports lighting. In all of our experience in sports lighting, one of the unique things really about Lighting Inc., we recommend and evaluate lighting controls for almost every project we do. I think there's a million ways to screw up a lighting project, but the easiest one is to not include lighting controls. We did recommend lighting controls for your sports lighting project, and I definitely highly recommend that you guys, select those. You may have learned about some of the benefits, such as time scheduling, scene control, but really, the biggest thing is just the peace of mind and the ease of use. The person that that's in charge of operating can really lay their head on the pillow and know that the lights are off, that the lights are on when they need to be on, and it's just a swipe of an app to really make sure that instead of somebody having to come out on site, head to the electrical room, and so on and so forth. It's also, for efficiency, it can definitely save money to have these controls. Leaving them on over one weekend, it'll pay for itself. So, I want to tell you about, again, the strength and the value of why you should choose Lighting Inc. instead of some of these other big sports lighting manufacturing companies. Us being an Oklahoma company, an independent distributor, that's going to benefit you guys in a lot of ways. First of all, we're not tied to just one product. I didn't come in and only have one thing to offer. I evaluated the entire market, and we take a lot of pride in vetting all the products that are on the market. I've been in LED a long time, and so we believe a lot in our recommendation of what we put forward in our bid. We're not tied to any one manufacturer. We're not tied to any one installing contractor. So for both the initial install and continuing to service your system, we don't just have one person that we can use. We have a lot of great electrical contractor relationships across the state. So when it comes to timing, when it comes to price, and et cetera, and service, we have the ability to choose the right contractor for the job, for the installation. And the same thing comes true when it's on financing. I know you guys might have intentions to finance it. If you do or don't, that doesn't really make a difference to me, but I know that we are not tied to any specific finance company. We can put your project out towards the open market as far as the lease purchase and get you the best possible rate. A little bit more about that later. I am curious, you guys are a city council?
They're a board.
A board of directors for the Parks and Rec Department? Okay. And what is the number one reason why you guys are pursuing the LED project for sports lighting? How about some multiple choice options? A, energy savings. B, improved lighting quality. C, enhanced safety. D, reduced maintenance.
D, all of the above.
Yeah.
Okay. It is a trick question, obviously, you're going to get them all, but I was just curious, did any of that stand out to you guys? Why are you doing this?
That's old and paper.
Yeah.
Maintenance.
So, yeah. Tony doesn't like the condo poles.
Say again?
Tony doesn't like the condo poles. He likes the poles.
I wouldn't either. Well, that'll be a definite benefit. We intend to offer a system that has, very little maintenance, all done by us for the first 10 years. So that's the system that we're offering. As I was mentioning about financing, we are offering it. We do have it available to the city as a lease purchase agreement. I think that we can offer very competitive rates, possibly much more so than my competitors. And just a reminder that as you may be selecting that just a difference of a half a point of financing can be over $10,000 in the life of paying back that cost. So you may look at the bid and see that it's close, but you should really carefully consider, would the city want us to propose any specific terms at this time?
I don't think so right now.
Okay. It was something that we were asked to include in our presentation, so I didn't know how far that you guys had gone on that road. Rebates. Have you guys explored this at all? Okay. Well, Lighting Inc., we can secure these kinds of dollars for you guys. We have the relationships and the know-how. We can handle the paperwork with the utilities and file applications and handle pre- and post-inspections. And we can even put this kind of check on a big cardboard check and have y'all have a photo opportunity if you want. So whoever wants to get in the newspaper, consider that a bonus of, doing business with us. I'm just kidding, but we've gotten these kinds of checks and obviously much bigger. But I didn't know if anybody else had presented it to you, but these are available.
So that's an OG&E rebate?
That's correct. Yep. So I actually took the time to fill out a worksheet and figure out exactly how much you guys would get if you went through with the whole project. And that's the number right there. So we can fill out that app. That's your money. So you can apply it towards the cost of a project as far as a payment towards us. You can have it mailed to City Hall. You can put it on a big cardboard check and take a photo. Again, got lots of options. But that's your money right there if we can help you get it. And again, I just want to thank you guys for the opportunity. And trust that, if you guys selected Lighting Inc., that we could come through in a big way, deliver a great sports lighting project for you guys, and I think be the most cost competitive overall. What questions do y'all have for me?
So you said you have several different suppliers of lights. So what's the best? Who's the best?
Who's the best? The best, I believe, is Techline. They're the best manufacturer of sports lighting. And that's who we're going to recommend. That's the product that we've installed for your system. You guys familiar with Techline? They're one of the top manufacturers, have the best warranties, excellent performance, low glare, supremely just reliable people, and manufacturing. So very, very, very high on them.
Do you have a formal quote on this project?
Yes. I can pull that up right here. Okay.
It was in with our regular
Yeah, feel free to study that. I think this is the most updated one that I turned in here.
Musco one.
Yeah.
All three of them were.
Must have just missed it.
You want to hit it? Screw around before it. What about Musco products? You've used them?
Of course, I'm familiar with Musco products. I don't believe in them as much as I do in Techline.
Really?
Yeah, yeah. I know they've been in the game a long time, but I just don't believe in the direction they're heading. And we, there's a lot more than that out there on the market.
Right.
You guys know, if you just Google LED sports lighting, you can find 100 different companies. And so we've focused a lot. That's a principle of our company is focused on vetting of products, and that's where we've come. As far as the product itself and the people that stand behind it, Techline is definitely the best in the industry.
So, Techline's all made in USA, right?
That's correct. And another thing, again, you guys, might be choosing to do business with the manufacturers directly, but I think there's a good value of doing business with the Oklahoma distributor, and that we can help advocate, for your city to these manufacturers. Things do happen, and having that buffer and somebody that's from here that you can call, I think makes a big difference. So, that's what we provide.
So what's the foot candle specs?
So I do have that as well, but I can show that to you. Which one would you like to see? Softball?
Softball, baseball, and soccer.
I've got all three, so I can only have one at a time. I'll just start with baseball here. So, well, they're different. They're separated by the fields. They're separated also by the infields and outfields.
Okay.
But like the baseball field 1, average infield 71 foot candles, outfield 55 foot candles. These layouts were made by Techline. So we typically go off of their recommendations. They have a design team, and honestly, that's a great value in doing business with Techline overall.
So if we were to go with you, who would you foresee being the contractor that does all the actual work?
Well,
in our area, you use different contractors, right?
we use different contractors. That's right. Yep. And so we're going to reserve the right to name the contractor after the sale. But I would say that whoever we use will have a ton of sports lighting experience, and we're going to stand behind them 100%. Is there somebody local that you guys have?
No, just
prefers?
Okay.
Okay.
If you have somebody.
We do have that. I've got it ready to go. It's going to depend on timing. It's going to depend on all the other projects that we have going on.
Do you have any references or fields or anything that you have done that maybe one of us has been there in the area?
When you say in the area, I'm going to say probably not. No. Now, if you guys have seen some of the Techline brochures, you can see there's a long list of references on their product. We've got a lot of stuff in the Tulsa and Oklahoma City area, and we did provide references with our bid we turned in. We can go forward. We got names and phone numbers of people y'all can call. And I think what they'll all say is just how we have stood behind it, how we're there through the installation and after the sale. That's a lot of stuff we take pride in.
Courtney, do we want him to give us a bid on the
On
additional
the
softball
additional
fields?
soccer.
Soccer,
Yeah, I mean, we're asking, I think. So, just south of the main field, soccer fields over here,
Mhm.
we have some youth fields that's
Okay.
not lit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
But they're like for 4 or 5-year-olds on the west side, and then we have flag football fields on the other. So we wouldn't need 2 or 3 poles, that's for sure. But we would like to look at what that would cost to have that in the project if possible.
Okay. Great. Said you would get together afterwards and get those details.
Yeah, I think yeah.
We could even go out and, yeah,
Or I can get on Google Earth tomorrow and take a screenshot of
that's
that.
what I'm
Yeah.
thinking.
Highlight in yellow and take a screenshot of it,
Yeah.
and email it to you.
Yeah.
So where are you guys at in your selection process? I know that there's a deadline for the grant.
Right now, we're just doing presentations to try to get an idea. We'll probably, if we start narrowing it down, we'll probably ask, the top 2 come back and give us another presentation. To be honest with you.
Okay.
A little more detail, and get a little more into it.
Okay. Okay. Have you guys selected what your final package will be? We're doing these fields and not these, or no, not this time yet.
Oh, yeah. We're just trying to see what's out there first, and then
Okay.
start getting more detailed in the weeds
Okay.
to really kind of fine tune everything.
Okay. What would be the potential timeline for a project out here in Alva?
If it's up to me, and it's not, I just do what I'm told. I get the hose. To my mind, it makes more sense to wait until the off season, so we're not interrupting any softball or baseball tournaments this summer or anything like that. So American Nation will be, but it's getting cold out here, so you guys are freezing to death. But I mean, that's when we're not playing out there. It's when we don't have lights out there. That's when we can afford to have poles down, our entire fields down for days on end.
Right.
We can't do that in the middle of the season, which is getting ready to start.
Soon, yes.
Yeah, so I don't think we're going to make a decision in time to do it before this baseball, softball, soccer season.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, the first soccer season will start in about 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Soccer.
That's probably, I guess, what you could expect, a timeline of a few days per field.
Because you'll be using existing poles, correct? So just
Correct.
changing fixtures,
Just change the
trying to look out.
When you put the new cross arms on, right?
Cross arms, yes, correct. Yep, stripping the poles, putting up new cross arms with lifts and cranes. Yep.
Would be the standard lights or the ones with the extensions that face only down? Would be just the standard light that lights the whole thing?
You mean visors?
Yeah.
Yes, we'll include the visors.
So
Yeah.
then it'll just shine down?
Correct, yeah.
So then you have lights to shine up for fly balls that go above the top of the lights?
I'm gonna have to double check my design to see if we included the up light on this quote or not.
I can certainly say it happens on the Lady Ranger.
Absolutely not.
I mean, it's probably not as much chance.
I've seen it before too.
Men's league
I've seen it
softball.
before too.
Yeah, men's league softball, yeah. But Little League baseball may not get that high. But why don't you see the college and right, men's co-ed softball?
12U, 14U,
Yeah, they get up there too.
baseball, softball. I think those are
I'm gonna have to go back to the file and double check if we did cover that or not. Is that'd be something that you guys want? Say again?
Those are both on different kinds.
Oh, okay.
I mean, this type line as well.
That's that line as well.
Okay. I mean, that may be the same, I'm just saying.
Any other questions or conversation.
I'll shoot that Google Earth picture over to you and show you the area that we'll cut off.
That sounds great. That sounds great. Thank you all so much for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Drive safe. Appreciate
Drive
it.
safe.
Okay, we'll do.
Your cost between them and tech is the rebate.
We get rebate on any of them.
The difference is $26,000 subtracted 34 on the rebate.
And the number I gave is just a personal number anyway, so it's probably.
So you think his price has rebate already figured in?
Yeah, I think so. So you're saying.
But the nice thing is, no matter who we go with, we can still apply for that rebate.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying, you can play with it anyway.
So
Otherwise, it's probably, you need to ask for it before we give it to you, type thing.
it's kind of odd that he came in cheaper than the manufacturer.
And, yeah, that's just,
Yeah, when he said that, I was like, okay.
that's just the rebate.
So we'll take one.
Yeah. Exactly.
All right, remarks and inquiries by board members?